So I just went grocery shopping because I had some time. I'm going to share with you today my top 5 tips on how to meal prep on a busy life schedule. And I know everyone is busy, everyone claims that they're busy, and meal prep can fall to the wayside. So master the art of meal prep in your very own unique way. There's not one simplistic right way to properly meal prep. So find a unique way that you can really capitalize on a meal prep and a schedule that fits your life and your lifestyle. Finding what works for you is the most vital and important. I could rhyme off 50 tips for you today on how to successfully execute a meal prep, but I'm going to share with you 5. So as most of you know, I live in the Caribbean. Sometimes things that I really like or I need aren't really available to me at the grocery store. It takes a little extra long to get shipped here, so I stock up on some things. Not a bad idea anyways to stock up on things. Freeze it, store it, whatever you're purchasing, if you can keep it for a longer duration of time. So in no particular order, first tip, slow and steady wins the race. Focus on one meal that you can really mastermind and perfect. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, or your snacks. Get really good at perfecting one of those meals and then you can move on. And then you can slowly add meals into your scheduled meal prep. Tip number 2, do not shop on an empty stomach. No one likes to shop on an empty stomach. Can be a waste of time and money, and if anyone is like me, I countlessly wander the aisles when I'm starving and begin to make impulse purchases. So there's where the money comes in. I do impulse purchases and then I wonder where all my money went, and I buy things I do not need. Do a little bit of searching, discover your favorite dishes and foods, and make a list prior to going to the grocery store. Saves time and, again, money. Now, I'm a creature of habit. I can eat pretty much the same meal or meals throughout the entire week, but you might want to look at various recipes and dishes to add variety within your week of meal prep, or your 3-day meal prep, or your 5-day meal prep. So that being said, I developed that creature of habit mindset in regards to the foods that I consume on a weekly basis. Next crucial tip from me is bang out the prep work. I can be a massive procrastinator when it comes to chopping, slicing, dicing, and storing my fruits, vegetables, or whatever I'm prepping to use at a later date. So I just set a little bit of time aside, maybe after the grocery shopping, if I have time, or I set a little half-hour, window to just get it done and dust it. That being said, don't be a procrastinator. Next tip is keep your cupboards, pantry, and fridge, freezer clean and tidy. You can find things more easily when things are in a certain place and organized. We've all been to a family member's house or even your own home, and you're picking up a jar of something and it has expired maybe a year, 2 years ago. Always look at the expiry date and maybe take a little bit of time to discard any expired products that you're not going to use, or they've just expired in terms of date, or get rid of those leftovers that are just sitting in the back of the fridge and no one's going to eat them and probably shouldn't eat them. This loops around to making a list, discarding things that you're not going to use and getting rid of those leftovers. It gives you a clean slate or a blank start in regards to what you need on your grocery list. Where you always need that one ingredient that you're like, oh, I have a jar of that in the fridge. And then you get home and you look and you're like, damn, that expired 4 months ago. So just be organized, tidy that fridge up. Next tip is try to glorify some of the dishes you're making. That meaning sometimes pepper, a little bit of salt just doesn't cut it. So have a really great variety of herbs and spices in your spice rack. So spice up your favorite dish with a new little spice or herb. It's really important to add variety to those dishes. So find a little bit of drive and motivation and what's going to push you to start doing a little bit of meal prep and discover ways to make your own meal prep quick and easy and have a successful upcoming week.